Well, hello. So today we're going to talk about the North Carolina situation. Yeah. And what is going on with that. And just break it down for you about how Governor Pat McCrory tried to sucker punch the American people and his own people by creating this law that he tried. It was a sneaky law. It was a very sneaky thing, and I don't know if he knew that whether he was like, as long as we can get it passed, nothing else will happen afterwards. There'll be no drawback. There'll be no backlash. This was hilarious. So, what's the situation? So there's a particular law. $42,000 a day were spent on very little public debate about this particular law. And what does this law say? The law was created to ban men from going into women's bathrooms. That's pretty much what it is. That's what it was sold on. It was banned. It was created because these transgenders, they're gonna do their transgendery thing, and you don't know what they might happen. So we gotta stop the men's from going into the women's bathroom, and that's what's gonna be the law, and that's how it is. That's how it was sold to the North Carolina people, and that's how it was sold to people that voted on this particular bill. So, but what's the truth? What's the truth? So this prohibits local governments from passing LGBT inclusive laws. What does that mean? That means that in Charlotte, North Carolina, they have LGBT inclusive laws. So because North Charlotte happens to be a town that is interested in economic growth, and Charlotte is a town that is interested in a better life. So they're trying to grow, so they're being inclusive. They don't want people to be discriminated. They want everybody to be treated equal. What a novel idea. So they created inclusive laws within their city. But since Charlotte is within North Carolina says, nope, you're lost. Get out of here. We don't care what you think. Get out of here, Charlotte. We don't care if you're bringing in a bunch of money. We don't care if the businesses want to run to you and people and you're you're a tourist destination because your belief in how much people love you. No, we don't care about you at all. So that's what the equivalent of what the government of the governor Pat McCrory did to Charlotte. That alone is extremely painful, and a lot of the businesses they've heard this. So basically, what's the situation in 28 states? You can still fire somebody because they're gay. Yeah, you can still fire somebody because they're lesbian, because they're transgender, because they're bisexual. Um, you can still fire somebody because of their sexual identity. So, what does that mean? So, when North Carolina did this in order to cover itself, so that people wouldn't, be so that it would have it so like it could still discriminate. So it would. I mean, sorry, it's hard for me to speak because it's preposterous that a human being would do that to another human being. But it happens, and I think we need to deal with it. And the best way that we're going to deal with it is by showing the governor Pat McCrory that you know we are all united and we love one. I don't know if you got the memo. And if you got the memo, I can resend it, I can forward it back to you. But love one. So the businesses, Disney, we've got AMC, we got AMC, we got all of them. We got Apple, everybody. Agree. It's not even like love one, you know? Again, I can forward the memo. So for you to try to pass these laws that would sucker people out of being inclusive and people from being discriminated, I think that's horrendous. That's really in the guise of don't let men inside women's bathrooms. By the way, nothing in the law doesn't say that a man can't go inside a women's bathroom. Nothing in the law doesn't say that at any point in time. So, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. What do you think? So what can you do? What can you do? You can voice your opinion. You can tell Governor Pat McCrory, hey, listen, buddy. I know you tried to do some House of Cards stuff, but you're not their writers. And you're no Frank Underwood. So why don't you go ahead and resign? and just step off, because this literally was equivalent of a social Flint disaster. This was the equivalent of a social, like, this was what they were trying to do, like sucker people out of, and undermine people and degrade people. That's what they were trying to do. Of course, in Flint, it was physically, and they poisoned the human beings, but, we're going to heal from everything, and we're going to come together, and we're going to be a better country for it. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you have any ideas as to how to deal with this North Carolina situation? And is the government going to get involved? Is there a petition on change? Where, what, how, gov.org? What's going on? Let me know, and let's rally together. Let's get information. Take care. Love you. Have a wonderful year.